Hi everyone, I'm Leslie Oman from Heffy Doodle and I'm here at Scrapbook.com and I'm going to be showing you a simple but effective card using a new Heffy Doodle stencil, some Nuvo Glimmer paste and also some new Heffy cuts. Let's take a look. This card today that I'm making is really quick if you don't count the drying time of the Nuvo, but it is really simple as well and it gives this beautiful glimmer as you move it around. I'm starting today with some teal cardstock here, and I'm going to be inking up my card base, which is a top folding card base, with a new Heffy Doodle stencil called Ring a Rosies. I'm going to position this over my card, somewhat centered, and then stick it in place with some Heffy Memo tape. I'll put it on the back like this. Make it nice and secure. And then working on a protective surface, such as a non-stick craft mat, I'm going to adhere this down using a little bit of purple tape. To help me achieve that tone-on-tone look, I'm going to be using some Distress Oxide in the Peacock Feathers color to give my note card a beautiful floral element on the front. An inked floral design. Using a mini blending tool, I'll make circular motions all the way around my card over the stencil, giving my card front that gorgeous floral style. Now very carefully I'm going to peel this up and just hinge it along the top here so that you can see the lovely design that is on here. Now I'm going to very carefully remove my project and clean off my stencil using a baby wipe. To give my project some extra shine, I'm going to be using the Nuvo Glimmer paste today, which is a clear, like a translucent paste filled with glittery particles. It will dry hard, but you'll see all of those little pieces of glitter reflecting in the light. And I will position my card right back underneath here. And I'll use the stencil and the inked areas to guide me so that I get it lined up perfectly again. Now I'm ready to take a palette knife, scoop out some of my glimmer paste, and then spread it over the stencil onto the card below. Spread the paste all over the stencil until each of those little holes are filled with that gorgeous glitter paste, and scrape off the top nice and smooth using your palette knife. Now you may find that the paste will pick up some of the color from your ink pad, and that's absolutely fine. You can actually keep that in a separate tub and use it again on another project if you like. Now I'm going to reveal the card from underneath. And before this dries, I will remove my Heffy Memo tape and either using a palette knife or your finger, smooth off any ragged edges along the edges of your card. I'm going to set this aside to dry for probably about an hour. And when it dries, it will look something like this. You have that gorgeous teal color, that tone-on-tone effect in the background. And as I move it, you'll see that gorgeous shimmer from the glitter of the Nuvo paste. Now that's a hard work done, but we want to make sure that we can add a fun sentiment to the front of this card. And to do that, I'm going to be using 2 dies from our Heffy Cuts range. I'm going to add Crafty and Hugs. So let's grab the die cutting machine and cut these out. So I'm going to use some white cardstock to cut out both of these dies. And I'll run it through the die cutting machine. But before I stick them onto my card, I like to add a little bit more pizzazz by adding some Glossy Accents onto the top of them. Now I'm going to cover the whole word, Crafty and Hugs, in a layer of Glossy Accents, which will give us a beautiful sheen. But to help me make sure that I can get the Glossy Accents all over the letters on my die cut, I'm going to use some Heffy Memo tape to help me with that. I'm taking a strip of the memo tape like this, and I'm turning it upside down and putting my die cut on there. The low tack of the memo tape will hold it in place. If it curves up like this, that's okay. Just take a little piece of washi tape or purple tape and tape it to your surface so that it remains flat, so that our die cut doesn't curl. Now I can take my Glossy Accents and carefully apply it to the letters. If there's any air bubbles or any bits that in places you don't want it to go to, you can take a piercing tool or a pokey tool and just help move that Glossy Accents around before it dries. If you want some extra pizzazz, you can of course sprinkle some ultrafine glitter on here. The important thing is to set it to the side and let it dry completely, but of course, by the magic of video, I've got one that I've prepared earlier. Now I can finish the project and stick these onto my beautiful stenciled sparkly background. To make sure I get a good stick, I'll place something heavy on it, and then I'll have my finished card. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a message.